Good morning. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. And we have Todd, the silver hair stacker, and Nikki, the poplar picker. Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? Todd, how you doing?
I am like on a scale of 1 to 100, I'm like 92.
Wow.
I'm an A minus kind of a, it's not bad. It's an A minus morning.
That's great. That's a good
So
morning.
that's a good morning.
Yeah. Morning, David and Hank and Philip. Yep, silver hair's over there warming up his fingers. There's Bridget.
I'm doing pretty awesome this morning. Lugnut went down the stairs by himself.
Woo!
He hasn't had no pills this morning, and he's moving all around and doing pretty good.
Very good.
So he's almost back to normal.
That's good. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome news.
Mm-hmm.
Glad he's doing better.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better. And thank God he can get up and down the stairs himself.
Yeah.
But now he's been being babied so much. When I told him to come in earlier, he just sat there and looked at me.
Aw.
So I think he's getting a little bit spoiled and doesn't think he needs to listen to mom.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, time to tighten up the reins a little bit.
You know what? If I was a dog, I would want to be Nikki's dog. I would be so spoiled.
Oh yeah, he is very spoiled. And of course, it was right when I got up this morning. I had to go pee. But of course, I let them out first. And I don't want to leave him because I want to watch him to make sure he doesn't go too far, you know. I'm like, get in here. He's just sitting there looking at me like, yeah, right. Like, Mom, like, you're going to do anything to me. I was trying to talk all tough to him. Yeah, it didn't work.
Wow. Guess Bridget's been having some pretty good wind over there. She said her internet's out, so she's watching on her phone. She said we haven't had it since 3 p.m. yesterday. The windstorm was tipping over tractor trailers.
Wow.
And they were banned from driving till 11 p.m.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Dang.
That's
Especially
pretty big if you're tipping over tractor trailers.
Yeah, especially if you're empty, that's really, really dangerous to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Mike always told me that there was plenty of times that he had experienced that, and he said that was very scary. You know, he could feel his trailer tipping. I'm like, well, how do you stop that? And he goes, I don't know. You just turn your wheel but I mean, I guess if it gets to a certain point, there's no stopping it. You know, there's
always a point of no return. Yeah,
it's gone. Crazy.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Man, that's just awful. Well, I hope your weather gets better. Morning, Swamp.
I'm not watching the chat. Good morning, everybody that's in the chat. Hey, Sally.
Hi.
Good morning.
What time you get here? What do you think? You work another job or something, or what? I'm just kidding.
Nikki.
That wasn't very Nice.
I'm just playing. He knows
Like,
I'm
as a matter of fact, I do.
She knows I'm just playing with her.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We'll forgive you since you worked that other
I-
job.
I made it today.
You're doing good.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing excellent.
Did
Did you have a good night last night?
No.
You didn't have a good night?
No. I prayed for full-time eBay the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
You seem
Well.
pretty perky right now.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
I don't feel very perky. I took a shower and made coffee and watched a little bit of Netflix, and I'm all right.
You watched a little bit of what?
I thought she said Netflix.
I know. That's what she
Netflix.
sounded like. She said Netflix.
Netflix.
I was like, oh, that must be a side channel to Pornhub or something, huh?
That's the free version of Netflix or Netflix.
Netflix.
I was so mad. I was gonna watch Army Wives, but I never got to it. They took it off of Netflix, so now I got to sit here and watch it on ABC and watch all the freaking commercials.
What is the show?
Army Wives. It's from years ago. It was before I
Oh,
moved here, and I used to love that show. Well, then we moved out here and we didn't have cable, and so I never got to see the rest of the seasons.
oh, I
And
see.
well, I was watching Roseanne, the first 2 episodes of Roseanne last night, and then the episodes came up and it said Army Wives, and I was like, oh, I have that on Netflix. I should go watch that. Well, they don't have it on Netflix anymore. I was like, son of a,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's not a Showbox either.
I started watching The Good Place.
Oh, that's funny. Oh
yeah.
my God, is that funny? I love that show. I haven't watched it recently, but I watched the first few episodes of it. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm only on the first episode, but it seems like it's pretty funny.
It is. That's the one with Ted Danson in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hilarious.
I finished watching Santa Clarita Diet, and I didn't have anything else to watch, so
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that second season's on now.
I started watching that last night. I haven't got to the second. I started at the first season, and so yeah, I'm watching the first season right now. Since it's been so long since I've seen the first season, so I thought I would just start at the. And basically, what I would do is, because I was working on my inventory, I would leave it. I left it running, and basically, so the dogs would have some noise in here, and then every time I took a break, I'd come in and sit down and watch a little bit of it. But
Army Wives is from 11 years ago.
wow.
2007.
Morning, Sassy Seller.
It was such a good show.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Army Wives?
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
Good show. Well, it's on abc.go.com. As a throwback.
But I know that another show is going to be starting here soon too sometime.
Yes.
What? Oh,
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh boy.
Yep, Handmaid's Tale is going to come out. I don't know when. I don't know when that's.
The 25th.
Of this month?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, remind me.
See, I'm going to have to keep my Netflix and my, well, I don't pay for Netflix. I'm using somebody else's account, but then I'm gonna have to get my own Hulu because I don't have that.
Yeah, that's why I kept Hulu was for that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cancel it and then I redo it when the show comes back on.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's on Showbox. Then I could cancel my. Oh, I can't cancel my Netflix because my daughter loves it.
Oh,
Or not Netflix, Hulu. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I saw it on Showbox. Handmaid's Tale. I'm gonna check. Oh, now it wants to update. Hold on.
wouldn't you know it? Huh?
When I want to look at something, it's got to update. That's good though, because it's been running crappy.
Good
I'm
Morning,
morning,
glad.
Cindy. Morning, Cindy.
Morning.
So as y'all know, I've been working on inventory.
Yeah.
It's bad. It is bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's it's fine. It's got quite a few things. I think I'm 14 totes done.
Oh.
So
And how
many
much
totes you
of
got?
that? Sorry.
what's that?
I was going to say how much of that is unlisted.
I didn't count them, but that extra big tote that I showed you,
Mm-hmm.
it's full,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
and a small tote is about half full.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. So,
Oh.
but it's okay. I'm getting through it, and it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So, but I've got, just in the first room, I think I have 40. Now, this is just areas and totes all the same because I've got a dresser that I use for inventory. I've got a closet that I use. And so I think altogether it's like 42 areas because I've numbered everything basically.
Wow.
Mm.
So I'm about a quarter of the way in just with
Right.
that first room. So it's going to be a process. I'm making pretty good strides.
Yeah.
Just keep it going, and try not to take too many breaks, and so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Todd, you have a question.
I'm typing the answer right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Just
give you a
slow.
cut. I was gonna give you a cut and let you say your piece.
Morning,
Thank
Frankie
you.
Spines.
Morning, Frankie's.
Yes, Hank. At least you're finding the unlisted items, and you can deal with them. Yeah, exactly. So that's what the whole process is for. To find those unlisted items and deal with it, and
Because right now she can't really list anyways. Like
no,
she can't really do anything. She doesn't have anything else. Not saying that you don't have anything else to do, but really you can't put your daily energy into listing. So
no.
you're gonna need to do that. It's gonna be good for you.
Yeah, and I think once it's done, I would actually like, I don't, because it's so much. I would like to actually do it once a month.
Yeah.
That might seem a little much, but I would actually like to do it monthly.
Well, see how many days it takes you,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be a bad thing because that way that you're always touching your stuff, are always seeing it, what's listed, and you'll have a better I think you'll have a better understanding of what what you have in your store. I mean, because
Yeah.
there's stuff in my store that I'm like, that's still there. Do I still have that? Where is that? And I'm just like thinking, where would that be right now? Because if I sold that right now, I would have no idea
Right.
where it's at.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale is on Showbox, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. But I wouldn't be able to watch that on the 25th, though, right? I mean, I'd have to watch it the
Next day.
next day. Yeah.
Usually after midnight it comes on.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you can't. Well, I don't know if because I don't know because doesn't Hulu just put out all of them? Oh no, they only put them out one a week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Okay.
That kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, so you'd be able to watch it the next day after
Yeah.
they put.
I think so.
I don't remember. I remember I binge watched the first season, but I didn't watch it until it.
Yeah, I think it is weekly.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because the first season I binge watched most of it, and then the last couple episodes I had to wait for. I remember.
Right.
I remember because I was like, "Thanks for getting me hooked. Now I gotta wait."
Yeah. Morning, Greenville Treasures. He said, "Good morning. Beautiful day in North Carolina." That's good.
Yeah.
Is that where you live? I
Um,
thought you lived in Tennessee.
nope. He lives in North Carolina.
She
She.
or Greenville? Oh no! Wait, no! I was thinking, why not Hidden Treasure? Never mind.
I'm so
I'm thinking of
confused.
Kathy.
Is that close to Mayberry?
There actually is a Mayberry in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's close to Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
It's
She.
Kathy.
Yeah. Dang it.
She's told me that a couple of times. Just keep on reminding us. We'll get it.
Oh,
Oh
she's
my
Kathy
gosh.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
I'm
her
on
name.
I'm on the East Coast. Well, we have Kathy from Why Not's Treasure,
Yeah,
Yeah. Kathy is Why Not's treasure too.
and she's
Yeah.
in Ohio.
no, why not? Is in. I'm pretty sure Tennessee.
Mm,
She's not in
I don't
Ohio. I
know.
guarantee
I
that.
am not sure.
Not with that accent.
I'm not even going to try on that because I
I'm
don't
pretty sure.
remember.
Yeah, I think
Well,
you're
she's
right,
somewhere
Nikki.
near
I think
Huntsville,
I am
Alabama,
not
because she just
sure.
went down there to get a Not with that storage shed. accent. So she's somewhere near Alabama.
Is your YouTube going wild?
No, I
somebody.
just started up the show. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was Nikki again. Darn that
Mm.
Nikki.
Well, I started up and it goes.
Goes crazy.
Sally's got her big mouth going, so you know.
I'm telling you, she's perky
Oh
this
my
morning.
gosh.
It's Pick on Sally Day today.
Yeah. I show up one day of the week and everybody's got to pick on me.
Well,
Absolutely.
you love
I-
it and you know it.
So I was going through somebody had mentioned that because I have the two accounts or two eBay accounts, and I'm going to, basically fill each one up. Somebody had mentioned trying Ink Frog. Well, I went there this morning looking at the site and everything. Oh my gosh, they want an arm and a leg.
Oh, really?
for that site. For monthly billing, for just the basic, I think it's like $29.
Wow.
For the biggest one, they want $50 a month.
Wow.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
You know what? Really, eBay should have those services available to us.
Yeah.
You know, if there are things like that that can help us with, you know, not having as many problems
Right.
with our account and stuff, why wouldn't eBay, you know, just give us that service?
Yeah.
You know, really, I think they should.
Yeah.
I guess Summer should keep her legacy account then.
I would say yes.
She only pays $9.99.
That's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you had more than two stores, or accounts, I'd say, yeah, that probably would help. But man, just to shell out that kind of, I mean, that's just as much as your, subscription to eBay. I mean, that's just outrageous to me. So yeah, I won't
Yeah,
be doing that. I'm
it's
just
like
gonna have to
doubling
be.
subscription fees.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
When
Not
really and
gonna.
truly all you have to do is pay attention to both your accounts. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey there, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
hi
Chris,
Chris.
What's up?
what's up?
What's up?
It'll be
What's
fine.
up?
You have to stick out your tongue, Todd.
What's up? There, I
There you
did it.
go. There you go. That's better.
Imagine
Make
an
it.
old man sticking his tongue out. Yeah. Hey, I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
Today is a picking day. Okay. Ready for my story?
Oh, he's gonna. Yep. Go ahead.
Story
Story
time.
Story time. Gather around, children. Gather around. Gather around. Listen to my story about a man named Todd. Okay.
Oh my
And
gosh.
today at 10 o'clock, going to the rummage sale. And
Okay.
last week they put up shelves of jewelry in one lump auction, and it ends today at 2 o'clock. The
Oh.
rummage sale starts at 10, but the sale ends at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to hawk that and I put a bid in, but it probably won't go through anyway. There's a bunch of sterling silver and stuff in there. Then
Awesome.
after that auction ends, I'm going to an estate sale in Waco, and it's fancy.
Is it?
It ain't just fancy, it's fancy.
Fancy.
I mean,
Did
you're
I
talking
did I say it right? Fancy.
fancy.
I don't think my tongue goes that way.
And we're talking a multi-million-dollar home and
Ooh.
Wow.
old part of town. Then at 4 o'clock, Carl's
Oh.
estate sale starts, and
Mm.
it's even fancier.
Wow.
Wow.
You're talking you're talking, yeah, you're talking.
You're talking.
This house, imagine if you will, a horse carriage driving up in front of Tara, not Tara, Tara. You know the estate in Gone with the Wind.
Hmm.
Mm.
and that curved drive in front, and people getting out of horse carriages and going inside and having a cotillion. They dance with each other, and yeah, that's what this house looks like.
Mm.
Wow.
You talk an estate sale. This is really an estate. I mean, it's almost like it's like right in Waco, but it's like acreage. It's not just, and it's a huge 3-story house with a full basement. And it's like, yeah. So that's my story. I'm all excited. It's a picking day. And
Yeah,
there's
it
silver.
sounds like it's going to
And
be
there's
a good day.
china. And there's wrought iron. And there's antiques out the wazoo. And there's dolls. And there's
Oh, we know you like dolls.
rooms. Yeah, there's sewing rooms and a Carl's here. I'll do a screen share and show you Carl's sale.
All right.
It'll take me a minute. Talk amongst yourselves while I get
And
situated.
he's excited that it's Carl.
What?
Yep.
And he's excited that it's Carl.
Yeah.
You don't know who Carl is?
Yeah, I know who Carl is.
Carl's my little buddy.
No,
Yeah,
Bridget doesn't.
Carl's your bro man.
He gets all the best sales. He's a special guy. Carl.
Todd's special guy.
Carl's the very snappy dresser, and he always smells dainty. Dainty. Carl smells dainty.
Do we need to tell Gwen that she needs to worry?
No. In fact, she's going to meet me there, and then we're going to go eat afterward.
Oh, well, that's good.
After she gets off, but
special.
She got to come watch you and Carl.
Gotta watch us. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting there. Hang on.
I was going to say, are you done talking yet?
No, yeah. No.
All we can see is hair follicles. That's all I see so far.
Okay. Share estate sales by. Look at this place.
Woo!
Ooh, that is
fancy.
Fancy.
That's like 100. That's like 120, 30-year-old home house, almost mansion. It's not
quite
monster. Okay, look at some of this stuff. These are typical garage scenes. I'm getting there.
Some doors.
Okay, look at the wrought iron. So this is the side garden area. Very fancy. Fancy. Look at this wrought iron.
Very fancy like.
Very fancy like. Look at the wrought iron just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
The beautiful flowers blooming in the springtime.
A little statue in the garden.
Yes. Okay, here we go. We got some
Looks like some
antiques
art.
here. Some art. Some artworks. What's of art? Yeah. Okay. Got some crystal. We got some. Here's some dolls. Gotta love dolls.
I like that house. I like the windows.
Look at that bay. Look at that bay window right there.
I know.
Look at all these ladies' vintage hats right here.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Look at what they're sitting on, that 3-tiered divan.
Mm-hmm.
That's fancy right there.
Yep, it is.
Bunch of glassware. You gotta have glassware in an estate sale. Look at all this silver.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
How many silver candlesticks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
And then there's these lampy candlestick looking things up here. Look at the portrait of the old guy with the short tie. Next picture.
Hey there, Kathy.
And this is the jewelry room.
Mm.
And some china. That's just fancy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? You're in Tennessee, right?
So, and that's just one of the fancy estate sales.
That looks scary, that picture.
This one's also fancy. This one's also in Waco today. Look at this stuff.
Yeah, that is quite fancy.
That's fancy stuff right there. Ooh, what do you call those? What do you call those ceramic flowers? Those ain't cheap.
Ceramic flowers.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them.
Ooh, I like that.
Look at that grandmother clock. It's in the
Wait till you see
shape
that pretty tea cart.
Ooh,
I love that.
pretty.
Ain't that fancy?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that chair.
That's a pretty chair.
That's what I'm saying. All this stuff, it's so fancy. It should have been in that other house.
Yeah.
Well,
Sherry,
I bet they didn't show a picture of this house, but I bet it's pretty nice too. It's
Sherry says Capo de Monte.
There you go.
Is what those flowers are called.
Capo de Monte. Capo de Monte. But those are held to ship. Customer gets it. Oh, a petal is chipped.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be picky buyers, the ones that buy those. Look at that lamp. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's got a $150 price tag on it today.
Well, you're going to have a lot of fun.
Look at that. Look at all that crystal serving ware. There's nothing but platters and bowls and vases. Don't say vases and when it's fancy. Look at all that.
The vases.
You could put a whole dang wedding cake on top of that sucker.
Mm-hmm.
That's some fancy stuff. And then you got your Western art signed. That'll be cheap. Uh-huh. There's some more lamps.
I like those chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
And very purpley.
That would fit well in your parlor, along with the little ottomans. There's a fancy little divan. More crystal. Ooh, look at the old
I was
telephone
just
down there.
looking at that. I was like, ooh, I like that. That's cool looking.
And some more of those ceramic flowers. What you call it?
Capodimonte.
Capodimonte flowers. How beautiful. Dolls. I love dolls.
Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those. What? Wait. What was that? Lanterns?
Lanterns, yes.
Oh, nice.
Looks like brass and glass. And move your ass to go see this glass and brass.
Mm-hmm.
And then some more. Oh, another painting.
That's nice.
And
wow.
What have we here? This is by the fireplace, I guess. Lots of figurines.
Mm-hmm.
There's some wall clockage. Shoes. Now them some fancy ballroom shoes right there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the pointy toes on them.
Yep.
Cinderella wore
Those
this
are
pair right
those
here.
those are what you call toe killers.
Mm-hmm.
Cinderella wore this pair right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
looks like they got quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
look like
Bumblebees.
bumblebee honey bears. Ooh, what are these? Those aren't Barbies, are they? What are those?
No, they're just like porcelain,
Oh, they're porcelain
probably.
statuettes.
Yeah. Figurine.
Don't Sherry said, "Don't fart while you're there. You break some shit."
Yeah, no doubt about that. Watch your P's and Q's. Yeah, when I go into some place like that, I don't like to take my purse or anything because I'm just afraid I'll
Yeah.
get too close to something.
Sit on one of these velvet couches when there's a bunch of people in the room and just lift your leg.
That'll scare away the competition.
There's the entertainment center. More glass, more figurines, more collector. Ooh,
Isn't that cute? That's my favorite. I just love
That
that.
is cute.
it's a tea set on top of a carriage push cart thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is just cool.
It's called a tea cart.
What? Take your cage.
That is cool though.
I love that.
Go serve the guests. Okay. There's a glider recliner. Ooh,
Nice. What's that?
a
What is
kiln.
that? Oh,
That's a ceramic kiln.
yeah.
Paragon.
Ooh, nice.
Huh.
I bet that's going to go for. I bet that's bought before I can even get
Oh,
there.
probably.
You think so?
Yeah, because that happened at the last estate sale. There was kilns at.
And don't those run a couple of thousand?
Yeah, they're a high dollar.
Yeah.
But yeah, the couple of
But
weeks. You know,
people snap them up when they can get them for a little bit cheaper than buying them new. They'll snap them right up.
you know the estate sale where I got the doll bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was 3 of these at that, and I went right in at the opening bell, and they were already sold by the time I even saw one of them.
Well, that's not fair. Somebody snatched those up before they could even snatch them up.
Memorabilia, gas pumps,
Ooh.
motorcycle, railroad cars, trains.
Morning,
Oh my
Alana.
God.
Cha-ching!
A Budweiser sign. Oh my
Good.
God. And it'll be priced out the wazoo on the opening day.
Better take you some gold bars there. That's probably what you're gonna need.
Lawyer's cabinet.
Withdraw all your PayPal money.
Yep.
Yeah. There's some fancy furniture. Ooh, the sewing room. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I bet you that stuff would be priced real cheap.
Mm.
Ooh. Nietzsche embroidery machines. Ooh.
He's so excited.
Medication this morning.
Those are high dollar units right there.
What, Tara?
I said, Todd, did you take too much of your medication this morning?
Yeah,
He's very excited.
This is my show and tell time. There will be no interruptions from the gatherers around.
Yeah.
That's pretty fancy little singer Michonne right there.
You're talking about Walking Dead.
I know.
I already discussed the sale with them.
Ooh,
That'd
a
be funny.
spinning wheel.
I got 2 of those. Oh, that's the small one.
And modern.
Philip wants to know where you're going to put your new stuff in your backpacks.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have no idea.
He'll find a place.
If I get a Nietzsche embroidery machine for cheap, I'll find a place to put it.
Yeah.
Because
Put it
those
in the
sell
middle of
good.
in the middle of the living room floor, huh? If you had to.
Hey. How many countertop appliances does one family need? Look
Oh,
at
she's
all
got
those.
the egg cooker. Todd, the egg cooker's there. You can buy the McMuffin maker.
Where
Egg
is it?
sandwich. I think it's on the top shelf. They ain't worth nothing, but Jim loves them. What?
That one,
Where's
that
the
thing right there?
one? It's okay. See, yeah, that thing right there. That's I'm pretty
And
sure
you
that's
can
an
give
egg.
it to- and you can give it to Texas Valerie because hers isn't working right.
Mhm.
I need to keep
Yeah.
my eye out for one of those too. I'd like to try it.
There's a KitchenAid mixer.
I bought mine last spring. They were on clearance for $5 at Walmart.
I looked on eBay and they're kind of pricey.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, they
maybe
used to not sell for shit.
No. Maybe they quit
Tools.
making them. Maybe they weren't very popular.
Yeah,
they
they
were
don't. You can't
like
just go
last
buy one
spring.
at the store anymore.
Yeah, it was like last spring at Walmart. They were like $5 clearance. I'm like, well, for $5, I'll try it out.
Ooh. How much are vintage railroad lanterns?
I
Well,
bought
yeah, but you're
mine.
never gonna get that cheap.
I bought mine for my mother-in-law like probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. They've been out for a long time. At least 5 years.
Let's see what those sell for. Vintage.
Depends on the brand. It's a signal lantern, I think is what it is.
Uh, 29, 75. And the one in the sale is better shaped than these.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Let's see. Is that it? No, that's just a one-sided. Is that it? 177.
Here's a 2-sided one that sold for 180, and I think that's a 4-sided. I mean, there is a 4-sided.
If you could get that lantern, that signal light good for good price, get it.
Yeah, but you're never going to get it cheap there. There's no way it
No.
will be priced under $100.
That's what I told them. It probably won't go cheap, but if you
No,
can,
If it's priced at
Oh.
$100, I mean, here's one that sold for 177. I don't know.
yeah. Railroad stuff never goes cheap up here. I
It's
know.
hard
I
to
never
get.
never touch.
That's
We got too many
pretty much
collectors.
it right
railroad.
there.
Looks like it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Bridget.
a fancy house. You got your own gazebo. You're
Well, I
fancy.
like the concrete statues.
Yeah, Bridget, I sell on Together. Shipping, they charge the customer shipping, and I ship on PayPal. So you just go over there and do your shipping on PayPal.
That's a big blue fountain. God.
Yeah, I like it. I like the concrete chicken. I
Oh, all right,
like the
Thomas.
concrete deer. I love concrete statues.
Any of this big Christmas stuff worth anything? Probably not.
What is it, plywood cutouts?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'd mess with it.
Look at all that wrought iron.
It's all plant stands, modern.
I just told them to look at the Christmas stuff and see what brands it is. If there's any animated stuff or whatever.
Well, yeah, but that looked like just plywood cutouts that somebody painted.
No, there's a Christmas room. You'll see in a minute.
Oh,
Clawfoot
how bad?
bathtub right out there in the garden.
Oh, I want that. Todd, buy that for me.
Donkey cart.
Send it to me. I've been looking for one of those. I can't find one.
Now, that's a big barbecue grill right there.
Now they take their barbecue serious.
Look, there's a deer hiding in the woods.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's cool.
God dang. I bet there's a $300 price tag on that sucker.
Yeah, I want a set of that wrought iron, like grapes and vine. It's like cast iron lawn furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, they always go high at auction.
Wonder how many outdoor weddings have been held underneath this. Hey, the pink flamingo.
Oh yeah, buy it. Oh man, look at all those concrete statues she had. I'd be in heaven.
Got-
Yeah. He's also got the black
Oh.
jockey there.
Make sure if you see any gnomes that you get the gnomes.
Yep.
I got
there's
two. I got two of the black jockeys, and I got the big white jockey too, the regal size.
Wow.
That's
There he
the
is.
that's the big one. That's the regal size. The small one has a little bit of a different posture.
That's pretty cool.
You know what the story is behind the black lawn jockey?
No.
It's not a racist thing. Oh, I like that. It's supposed to be George Washington's stable boy that held his horse when he crossed the Potomac River.
Mm.
I forgot his name, but anyway, that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, nice.
There's a
There's your
ceramic Christmas tree.
There's your Christmas room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure she has Mr. Christmas in there. Oh, there's a big ceramic tree. Well, I guess somebody said that.
As I said, it looked like it had some animated stuff there, so I told him to look at that. But
Yeah.
Todd's all
Anyway, my story time's over.
good.
You'll do good today. You have a good attitude today, so good things will happen.
yeah, he's not whining.
Yeah, it'll be a good day.
I like picking days the best, or some of the best days in this business is just hunting, looking.
Well,
Well, your wife's gonna meet you, and you're gonna go have dinner. It's gonna be a good day for you.
Yeah. May not be that good for her, but
Well,
I have some concrete lawn statues.
where do you ship those? How do you ship those?
I buy them for myself.
Oh,
yeah.
I have so many concrete lawn statues. I mean, yeah. I mean, I just love that kind of stuff.
All that stuff goes way too high at auctions.
We buy it in Florida and bring it home with us. There's this real cool, when we go to Kissimmee, there's this really cool place that sells concrete statues. So me and Jim are so weird. We go over there and buy concrete statues and then truck it home with us for ourselves. Anyway. Yeah, I got like a big rearing horse. Jim's got a naked mermaid fountain. And then we got a bunch of other stuff too. It's like our big thing when we go. Our big thing isn't Disney, but we have to go to this concrete place. I think it's like on Ham Brown Road or something like that. Anyway, Jim would know. He's outside. We go over there and we buy concrete statues.
yeah, there's a, a place to get new stuff that's concrete statue stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a great big road sign by it that says, "Got dirty birds? We got pads."
This place in Florida have these gigantic rearing horses. So I asked, how much is the price on those? I think he told me like $1,200 or $1,500 a piece. But I would want a pair of them to put on the end of the driveway. But of course, I'd have to like take a heavy trailer down there and load these things up. That would be like my dream, is to buy those statues and bring them home with me. Achievable? I don't know, but
Yeah.
Practical? Probably not.
Anyway, wasn't that two big old fancy estate sales right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
incredible stuff.
You're going to have a good day.
Yep. Well, looking, I may not buy all that much.
Well,
Look at this sterling silver at Carl's.
Oh man, Hank, that's cool. Civil War like soldier concrete statues. I just asked somebody that had one, but it's like a Union soldier. Just south of me. I asked her if it was concrete or resin. I'm not sure. It is not resin. Anyway, she said she's gonna check.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
Hey, look at all those.
Oh boy. Oh man, look at that oil picture they have over that fireplace mantle. I mean, can you imagine like the formal dinners they had in there? You know, with this guy's oil painting over the mantle. That's cool.
Golly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck touching anything at that estate still, Todd.
The Lord of the Manor is watching you so you don't sneak stuff into your pocket. Just some people's lifestyles.
Morning, Shante.
Big house.
Oh, it's a monster house. I've actually been to a garage sale at this house about 1.5 years ago.
Ooh, I like that. Was that all like architectural wrought iron outside?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Like fencing? I mean, yeah, that stuff does really good on eBay. Honestly, I mean, it's local pickup, but you're down there in Texas, you probably find somebody pick it up.
Yeah, if you could get it cheap. Look at all that fencing.
Oh yeah, and those like cast iron pole. Oh man, I wish I lived down. I wish I was down there right now. I'd be there.
I suppose these hook onto the ends of these, and you just build a fence around your.
They probably go in between each panel. It's probably what the panels hook to.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Cool.
That stuff's gonna be high dollar. Wanna make you holla. There's the front of the house, and that's wide.
Mm-hmm.
Holly, you're fading fast.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go to bed.
Todd's story time put her to sleep.
Probably. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back.
Okay.
Me and Nikki learned something about Todd yesterday.
What'd you learn?
Oh, something that's gonna surprise you.
There's a whole other.
Todd knows somebody in the drama community. He used to hang out with them in hangouts.
Yeah.
What?
You could have
That's
knocked
right.
us over with a feather. Yep.
Yeah.
He went
He's
in
like, hey, I know her. We're like, what? We thought he was kidding. Then all of a sudden he goes in there and she's like, well, hello, silver hair stacker.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Hello.
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 Is that the one that says hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah,
we thought he was kidding, but no.
It was Nikki, Texas Valerie, and Todd. Todd's like, I know that lady. I'll go in there. I'll prove it to you. I'll say hi. We're like, oh yeah, come on, Todd. Gosh. Anyway, he didn't.
We were talking about the drama that went on yesterday, and she's like, silver hair. And she goes, I love me some silver hair stacker. She goes, you probably don't want to be in here during this, you know. And I says. And then I put in the chat, we all love us some silver hair stacker.
Thanks, Nikki.
Yep, he gets around. Good morning, Alana.
But yeah, that was so funny. I'll identify all these drama people, and then I go click on it and go, oh, I know her. She used to chat in the silver stacking YouTube community video, you know.
In her defense, it seems like she's kind of one of the less drama people, or she's trying to get away from it. In her defense. But, yeah, it was so funny.
That's right, Anissa. 4 daughters is plenty, is enough.
We got me and Nikki accidentally got sucked into it because we watched one show and they're all intertwined with talking about each other. So then you end up watching other shows. It's nuts. Anyway.
So do you guys like chat in there or?
Hell no. I don't want these people to know me who I am. I want to draw to my channel. No, thank you. No.
They don't need to know who I am. I'll just lurk in the background.
Oh my God!
I have to make up a new YouTube personality to go talk in those ones.
No, I don't want them. I don't want them to try to watch my videos and then start, like critiquing me or something. No, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
They're way.
I mean, like that one that Todd knows. She doesn't seem that bad, but it's all the people that associate with her.
Yeah, I mean, last night she had another show last night, and who's on her show with her? MFW. So
she's a nut. She really is. She's a nutter.
Nutter butter?
Yeah, she's odd, strange, and a nut. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of those on YouTube.
Oh, what's going on?
I don't know when it became popular to be like bipolar and stuff, but it seems like everybody on here is like saying they're like bipolar and stuff.
I'll tell you something that really amazed me. This one channel is they just started doing this like a year ago, and they have like over 6,000 subs, and every live stream they run between 350 to 450 people watching it live. So she's getting bank on it. I mean, so she built that channel in a year that fast, where because she was saying how she had to do, because she thought the super chat would be taxed on because those would be a gift, but when you get you must get like a 1099K from YouTube or Google or whatever. They didn't separate out the super chats because she thinks they're a gift. I'm thinking, well, I think those super chats are a stream of revenue. I don't think that's like a gift,
Right.
But anyway, what really amazed me is that she built that channel that quickly in a year to be getting paid on it. Not that I want to do. Don't get me wrong. It just kind of amazing.
Well, if you're on there if we did everyday stuff on our channels, we would probably grow in leaps and bounds too.
Yeah, but we're on Valerie's channel every day, and we just only have, which is good. I don't want to have 400
I understand, but if we had videos on our channels every single day, I would probably grow.
Yeah,
if we had drama too, that would probably help.
People really like to watch nutters. They really do.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one on this morning, and 75% of the time during her live show, she's in tears. I'm like thinking to myself, why are you putting yourself through this on a live computer feed? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't get it.
Well, y'all are my good friends, and I call you guys my real life friends, and I love you guys dearly. And what happens to you affects me, and what you think of me affects me. But if you all went and started saying some of the stuff that these people are saying about their friends, we'd have to part ways.
Right.
Yeah.
I think of you guys as like my best friends because we talk every day and whatever. But we definitely have to part ways if any one of you started any of that bullshit that they started.
Well, and the other thing is, let's face it, I mean, it is for them to get viewership and stuff. It is a revenue stream, so they need to do this kind of over the top, crazy drama stuff. Like yesterday, that one during the day. I mean, she got like $400 in super chats, didn't she? We figured out. I mean, it was quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hank said Valerie slams the bins. Oh my gosh.
I gotta finish my listings.
I think you gotta have a little more drama than that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm closer to you guys than any friends in my real life, in my normal life.
Yeah, me too.
You're sweet, Nikki.
I don't have any friends in my real life.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Lana.
Lemon.
I don't really either.
I don't hang out with people too much, you know. I mean, I have like people I know, but I don't like. It's not like, oh, we're gonna go out and do something with so and so, or they're gonna come over to our house. I just don't do that kind of stuff.
Mm-mm.
I hang out with Jim. If I'm gonna hang out with a live person, it's usually Jim.
Yeah, I don't do that much anymore either.
Yep. Cindy did not expect Sally to come back. She's like,
I'm
Valerie,
back.
you know Sally is not gonna be back.
I'm awake. See, my eyes are open.
Yeah,
That's
Sally
good.
went and drank some extra strength coffee, and she's ready to go.
But you know what? The coffee doesn't make it. Coffee is just like warming me right now, and but that's about it. Like, it's if I wanted to go to sleep right now, I totally could.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
The coffee, like caffeine, doesn't have any effect on me.
Well, you're tired, and so do you have another? Do you go in 11 tonight again, or no?
Yes, the schedules have changed, and so
Oh.
it's 11 to 6 and 11 to 6. She changed the schedule 3 times because like there's been people that have quit and stuff like that, and so she had to change the schedule again, and so this morning I took 2 schedules out of my purse. One said that I had to be there at 8 tonight, one said I had to be there at 11, and I'm like, okay, which is which one do which one am I going by here? So I had
tonight you're at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that's good. That gives you a few more hours.
And tomorrow, like
Oh,
not this week, but next week or the week after, I have 5 days off in a row.
Ooh.
But then I have to work 7 in a row after that. So yeah.
Well, at least you get the 5 days before the 7.
Yep. And next I get this Sunday off, next Sunday off, which I'm happy about. Like Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And then like the next, that's when I get the 5 days off, and then I have to work the whole weekend and then half of the next week. And then I'll start probably working weekends again.
Yeah.
You know, so she can give the other guy a couple of weekends off.
Yeah.
So
on your 7 days straight, are they all like 11 to 8s? Or 11
to 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. That makes it better. You don't have to do donuts, at least during that time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter started her job like almost 2 months ago. Anyways, there's this girl that works with her, and my daughter was telling me the other day, I took a shift for her because she had to go have a DNC because she had a miscarriage. And I said, oh, okay. And She says, yeah, when she had the miscarriage and she left without asking, they wrote her up. I said, well, first of all, you're in a place where you have to take care of people, so people have to be there to take care of them. You can't just
Right.
leave.
Right.
And I said, and she goes, yeah, but even after they found out that she had a miscarriage, they still wrote her up and they told her that she couldn't have the day off for her DNC. I said, well, normally jobs aren't that big of douchebags. So I'm guessing she probably calls in a lot or something. And she started when my daughter started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, as the days goes on, the days go on, the weeks go on. This was a couple weeks ago. I could probably count 3 days out of each week that my daughter said, oh yeah, the so-and-so wants me to take a shift for her. She has to go and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yep, that's exactly why they wrote her up when she had a miscarriage. So they didn't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
She's constantly calling. Then yesterday, my daughter's like, yeah, so-and-so called. She needs me to work on such and such. I said, Jesus Christ, tell her to work her own damn shifts.
Yeah.
And so that's why she got wrote up. I knew there was something behind it. Because jobs don't just write people up for medical problems. You know what I mean? Most jobs.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
said,
go
you
take.
missed your second day of training due to a seizure. They
Hey,
didn't write you up, you know.
Yeah.
water off.
Huh?
Is that a Russian girlfriend?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before I started working at the gas station, my boss, she does stuff a little bit different, than most employers that, like entry level jobs where you just, you come in at minimum wage and you might get a couple of raises here and there. She, basically if you don't want to work, she's not going to put you on the schedule, and then you're just going to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And she could see if you want to work and you're committed and you're putting the work in, she'll give you more hours. That's exactly how she rolls. And but like if you're not showing up, nope, she's not going to put you on the schedule, and then you're just going to be done. That's just how it is. But I worked in the medical field for so long and was just so used to people calling in, and I called in too. I'm not gonna lie, I called in too, because it was like I would work five days straight, and then and that's what you're having to cover other people while you're just working your regular hours. You have to take on more residents and stuff like that because other people haven't showed up. So you're exhausted.
Yeah.
And you're just so used to, people calling in that, you just kind of get in that in that phase or whatever. You get in that routine of just being exhausted. And so, yeah, you call in, and, because you're just tired, and, you don't feel like a human after so long, just you give in so many showers, and you don't even feel like showering yourself. You're like, oh my God, if I have to see a freaking shower today, I'm gonna die. It's just how it is. You're just exhausted. But
Well, then she asked my daughter. She says, "Well, on Easter, can you take my shift?" She wanted my daughter to work a double, so my daughter didn't have any of Easter to herself. She goes, "Well, I just want to have more time with my kids." I said, "Well, how is her with time with her kids more important than you with time with your family?"
Yeah.
Just because she has kids.
Yeah. Everybody, I mean, there's a lot of people that have kids, I mean, that's not a reason, I mean, you just have to, Yeah, that's just a responsibility that you have that is besides your job. I mean, yeah, your kids are going to be first, but you have to make money to raise those kids. You're going
Yeah.
to have a job. you know,
Mhm.
a lot of people don't look at it like that. They're just like, so, oh, I have a job, so that's all that matters. Well, whenever you don't show up for 3 or 4 of your shifts, you're not going to have, um,
Mhm.
you're not going to have any money. So what's the damn point? You might as well be unemployed. Yeah, once in a great while, I could see something happening to your kid or whatever,
Yeah.
or and you have to take them to the doctor, or them being sick and stuff like that. I understand that, but
Oh, I'm
yeah,
listening.
you can't use that all the time.
We were
Yeah, like you said earlier, the kind of everyday's emergency. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't work like that.
What does that mean?
Orne Mankseth. This is Orne Mankseth.
Who the hell's Oren Mankseth?
He was my typing teacher.
Oh,
He was a, he was
Mike had 60-mile-an-hour winds that took out the power yesterday. Now his printer won't work.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
well, good thing you came in. I was just about to the end of listing it.
You can't hear me chewing, can you? Sorry.
What happened to Mike?
yeah, nobody else.
His power went out and stuff yesterday because of the wind, and now his printer won't work.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
Did you pull the parts out of the totes?
No.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, Hank, that's exactly right. People without kids don't, that their family and personal life is just as important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you if you're responsible, you learn how to, schedule everything, around your kids. You schedule it, on the days that you don't work, or on, hours that you don't work, or you trade shifts or whatever, you do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't be at work when you're supposed to be.
Yeah. I know when the kids, I mean, I was pretty young when the kids were born, so but I still worked.
Mhm.
But there was, there just like the pharmacy job, I worked, 8 to 5 Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
And so that was difficult. Thank goodness I had my mom that helped, she would take them to appointments and stuff like that. So that really helped out, but
I remember taking Cheetah to the dentist.
oh my God.
That was like the worst.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't
It
doubt it a bit.
was. I think she was like, God, she had to have been like 10 at least. At least.
Was she that old?
Yeah.
Huh.
She was like either like 8 or 10, somewhere around there. And I just could not believe it. She screamed, cried, covered her mouth. Like, as soon as we got in there and she got in the chair, she went like this.
The death grip on her mouth, huh?
She was
Oh.
not opening, and the dentist came in there and he looked at her and he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Can we tie her hands down or something? Because
Well, she had that horrible experience when she was like 5 years old.
yeah.
She had an abscess tooth and it needed to come out, and she just basically they laid her on the table and strapped her down and pulled her tooth.
God, I'd be
I
scared.
mean, it was horrible, and for just such a I mean,
I know.
I don't know.
I will say the dentists, like for children's dentists, are so much better now than like when I was a little girl. Because I like always had a dentist, like Brandon. I mean, it's like it's no big deal. And he had some tooth work for, it, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll just take him to the hospital. We're gonna put him out. We'll get these caps put on. He won't even remember it." And I mean, he's just not even scared of the dentist. It's awesome.
Yeah, she had a horrible childhood, fear of the dentist.
I was scared. I was always scared of the dentist when I was a kid.
But she wanted, when she got to be, because she had an overbite, and she was she didn't want that anymore, and she wanted braces. And I said, well, you got to go to the dentist if you're going to get braces. So I said, you're going to have to overcome that fear. So I said, let me know when you're ready. And she decided it was time. And I said, okay, there's not going to be no messing around. You're going to go in there. You're going to get your x-rays. You're going to do what you need to do and what the dentist needs you to do. And, you're going to have to do it if you want them that bad. So she did it.
Yeah.
She got over it, and she went, she used to go to the dentist on her own to get like brackets put on and her bands done and everything. She used to do it all by herself.
And then she even went to school for dentistry.
Yeah, she did go for a dental assistant.
God, that is funny.
That's crazy. I mean, I never would have thought, never would have thought, but.
Well, they do say that crazy people are always fascinated with psychology, so.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
No, you face your fear, so then you become.
Yeah.
I remember I pulled one of her teeth.
Yeah.
One or two. She let me pull them. I was like the family dentist. Everybody told her, let Sally do it because she's real easy and she gets her nails in there and twists it out a little bit and then it'll just come right out,
like baby teeth?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She wouldn't like, when she was losing her teeth, she would not, I mean, it'd be just hanging by a piece of flesh, and she would not pull it. She wouldn't let anybody near it.
I wouldn't either. Yeah, because they'd always try talking you into putting the string on the doorknob or something like that. I'd be like, no, it'll come out when it's ready. And I hated loose teeth and stuff, but yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't let anybody touch them and pull them out. And I didn't pull them out myself.
I leave teeth extraction to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
I did that to my younger siblings, my brother and my sister, and Tina and Julie.
Yep.
But you're like Dr. Pimple Poppers.
Yeah. Yeah, she's into all that kind
Look
of
at
stuff.
you got a loose tooth, don't you? Get over it.
Yeah. Get over here. Let's see. Let's get that paper towel. Come on. That's all I needed was a paper towel.
Sally, if we were stranded on a deserted island together with no hope of rescue, I still wouldn't let you pull my teeth.
We're talking baby teeth, baby teeth.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not saying like you got a bad tooth, like, something that the cap fell off of or something. No, I'm not touching that stuff.
All right.
One time, my ex-husband, he had went to the dentist. He had to have a tooth cut out, and they had to put stitches in and everything. And it was abscessed or whatever. And so, he was supposed to go back to get the stitches out. Well, he wasn't going to do that. Guess who got to take the stitches out?
Ew.
That was the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life. But I took the stitches out.
You should have called me.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That was so, I was like, I kept saying, I can't do this. I can't do it. Get over here and get this done. So,
oh my God.
You should have called me. I would have been all for it.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I don't know how I did that, but whatever.
I have a few things that kind of freak me out. I could not touch somebody else's like inside their mouth. And the other thing that freaks me out, which is weird, is I don't like to touch other people's hair, like on their head. You know, like, oh, would you like if you like? That's why I couldn't work in a nursing home, like washing somebody's hair like that. I mean, it just totally creeps me out, and I don't know why. I just don't even like touching their hair or anything.
You grab my.
It is pretty creepy.
I don't know. It's just weird.
Yep.
I
But
shave
then,
their
but then
hair.
I started, when I started working in the hospital, and I was working, you get pretty up close and personal to, especially if somebody. I think a guy came in with a gunshot wound, and in the heart, he got it was a gunshot wound to the heart, and so he had a hole in his heart. I basically had to stick my thumb in that hole just so he wouldn't bleed out.
Oh my god.
And I had to, basically hold my thumb in the heart, while they were doing other things. I think it was several. I want to say it was. He didn't live. He died anyway. But
Well, anytime you guys, somebody's got to stick their thumb to stop the bleeding in your heart area. That's not good.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, every day after you're shot in the heart is a gift. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Jim got shot once, but it wasn't that
Really
bad.
Yeah, it was working in the ER. That was probably I would say. I mean, I was new. I was pretty green and everything, but it was probably one of the best areas that I had worked in.
It was all different. Like, it was different every day.
Yeah. And our shift ended. What time did our shift end? Like it was 6:30 or 7. And I swear it was almost like every time I worked, there was always a motor vehicle accident, like 5:30 in the morning. A van full of people, and they would get in an accident. It just never failed. So you had all these people come in at so you're working on them, but then you want to leave. You've worked all night. You're exhausted. But yeah, it was pretty crazy.
When Jim gets shot, he doesn't go to the doctor. He digs it out himself with a
Oh
pocket.
my gosh. Are you serious?
He didn't get shot with like a whole bullet. It was like shell casing, wasn't it?
No, it was
went into his. Was it
a-
your stomach or your arm?
my stomach.
Oh my gosh.
Pistol. I was sitting alongside my son, and he was shooting my 38
His
pistol.
oldest boy, who's like 26 now.
And when he fired it, it was an older pistol. And what happened was the cylinder didn't index right with the barrel,
Yeah.
and half the bullet came off. Half of it went down the barrel, and the other half got shaved off and went straight out the side. And when it happened, I'm like, well, that was weird because it made a weird sound. But then all of a sudden, it's like, man, I got this like burning pain in my gut. And I looked down, I'm bleeding. And what happened was that shaving, it had broken into pieces. The shavings had gone into my gut.
Oh my gosh.
So I went back into the because we're like, I don't know. Back there, you're probably about 40. It takes about 45 minutes to get out of there because you got to take these windy dirt roads. So I just went in the camper with a razor blade and cut it out myself.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, how old was Jimmy then? Was he like 10?
Oh God, he was like 8 or 9.
Yeah, he's crying,
And I go,
Well,
look,
I guess.
it was from True Grit. This one guy goes, my brother never did me wrong until never did me false till he killed me because the guy shot mortally wounded and his brother's now dead. And then he says, well, my brother never did me wrong until he killed me. So I go to Jimmy. I go, yeah, kid, you never did me wrong till you shot me. And they start crying. I'm like, it's no big deal. We'll just cut it out.
Oh my god.
I can't believe that you did that, Jim.
It only went in. It was like in maybe a quarter inch.
Still, that razor blade had to freaking hurt.
Well, you go to the doctor with a gunshot wound, you got a lot of explaining to do and stuff like that. So.
We had rubbing alcohol in the camper, so it worked out good.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Mr. Sadie said my dad shot himself in the leg with a broadhead shooting.
Oh my god.
Broadhead shooting his bow. That would be
Oh,
horrible.
Yeah,
would
that would
probably
be.
Ugh.
Oh my god, I think that'd be worse than a bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be awful.
Brandon got shot with a bunch of rock salt.
Like looking down at your like foot or leg, and you got an arrow sticking through it with a broadhead, I'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
I don't even know what I would think.
Well, your leg at least, so you can see. Except unless it's the back of your leg, that's hard to work on. But the front of your leg, you can see pretty good.
Oh my god!
You gotta work on.
I couldn't do that. Not on myself.
Like I need to go to the doctor now.
Like I can't even like, pierce my ears without getting woozy or whatever. I can't do that stuff on myself.
No.
No.
No way.
I knew a guy. He sliced open his inner thigh. He didn't hit that artery, but he sliced open. He was bleeding pretty good, and it was down to the muscle. And he had iodine. He poured iodine on it. It was like about a 6-inch gash, and he sewed it together with regular sewing kit thread with iodine on it.
Oh my gosh!
And it didn't get infected.
He got lucky.
Mm.
Yeah, damn lucky.
His name was Thor. No, his real name. His first name was actually Thor.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but he was a really little guy. He wasn't like the guy in the movies.
Crazy.
Yeah, Dr. Jim fixes everything with rubbing alcohol, though, so I wouldn't suggest having anybody let Jim work on, He does.
Hey, let's just dump some sanitizer on it.
No, he'll just take like that, like rubbing alcohol. He's like, well, it kills infection. I'd be like, oh my god. And then he'll see a cut on you. He's like, okay, let me put some rubbing alcohol on. Like, he does this. We don't have them anymore. When we had all those like medical mannequins, they had like the bad cuts on them and stuff, like those models or whatever. So he'll like pretend it's his hand. He'll be like, oh my god, Brandon, I really hurt my hand on the saw. So it's this hand with this huge gash across it. Brandon's like, oh my god. And turns around and goes, I'm gonna go get the rubbing alcohol.
With his finger in the air, his index finger pointing up, he goes, I'm getting the alcohol. He's right here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Mike, he says, I shot myself in the hand when I was 17, Derringer.
Ooh.
Almost took my left index finger off. Now it's a 1/4 inch shorter. Gets numb when it gets cold. Ugh.
Jim was cleaning his gun while he's laying in bed. This is before I met him.
I was unloading it.
Oh, he was unloading it, and he almost shot himself in the foot, and it went through his mattress, and then he had a cedar chest on the foot of his bed, and then hit the cedar chest.
And then it ricocheted off the top of the cedar chest. And then there's these other holes in the top of the cedar chest. I'm like, what the hell were those? They were parts of the bed spring. When it went through you got the wire stuff inside the mattress, and blew that wire apart, and that also came out like shrapnel. It made other holes and stuff. I'm like, oh my god. My feet were 8 inches apart. I got so lucky. I'm like, oh man, never again in the house, outside.
I'm sitting in here in this.
Okay, well, I did it one more time.
After we lived in this house, I'm sitting here on the computer. I hear a gunshot in our bedroom. I'm like, oh my god, if he accidentally shot himself. So he's messing around with this shotgun he had just bought.
I wasn't messing around with it. I was fixing it.
He was messing around with it. Pump shotgun got a hole right through our ceiling, and I think it even went on our shingles. It went right through our roof. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Replace the shingle.
Yeah, I mean, it will say there's something disturbing when you're sitting in a house at night just chilling, and then you hear a gunshot in the other room. It's like.
And then she's like, hey, what is that? I'm like, what?
No, I said, are you all right? Is what I said. Are you alive? Because you're like
a kid. It's like, okay, maybe if I just be real quiet, she won't know I shot a hole in her ceiling.
Did you like think to yourself, has he been depressed lately?
No, I'm thinking, I hope he didn't do something stupid, cleaning a gun or something, and like shot himself. Yeah, no, I'm more thinking like, because it would be like one of these times where we got back from an auction. He bought a couple guns. He's researched them on the internet, telling me all about them, blah, blah, blah. He goes over there, messing around with them. I'm like, oh my God, he shot himself. And how do I explain this to people?
I the gun I shot. I sold it.
Did you sell that gun?
Yeah, I don't own it anymore. I sold it. It's not safe.
And you're like, hey, are you alive in there?
Yeah, I'm like, are you okay back there? I'm like, oh my God, please answer me.
I'm like, yeah. Not gonna like the bed.
Texas Val says my husband shot a nail through his thumb with a nail
Oh my
gun.
God.
Stuck out
Oh,
on the other side of his numb. He came in and said, we need to go to the hospital. It looked like one of those prank things. And she said, I didn't believe him at first. And he was then like, no, really, we need to go to the hospital. This hurts.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine that. I knew somebody that drilled a hole in their stomach. They had a real big, fat, like hard pot belly, and he was doing something with a drill, and he was like leaning into it, and he ran it right through the top of his stomach.
Oh my gosh. That would hurt.
Yeah.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah. That's messed up.
I watched my dad go through his thumb on purpose. He had hit his thumb with a hammer, and it was really swelled up for a couple days. So to relieve the pressure, he drilled a hole through the top.
Oh
of his
my
thumb.
God. Oh, that is so wrong.
It worked.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so gross.
But that was so gross. For like months, he had this black thumbnail with a hole in it.
Ugh.
It was so creepy. Looked like he got attacked by a woodpecker.
Y'all are ruthless, man.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
Frontier medicine.
So it's like living in northern Wisconsin. You got to do your own medical practice.
And you didn't even have the internet to check if it was going to work first either. True pioneers.
Yeah, let's see if this will work.
Yep. Is this going to work, Adam? Give it
Give it a whirl and see.
like the first time they use staples. I can see the other doctors like, what? I don't know if this is going to work.
Oh my God.
Well, can you imagine bringing up, hey, we could staple the wound shut? You'd be like, what?
Remember that time Brandon had to have his head stapled?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so creepy. Oh. Our son's running outside with the dogs, and he runs underneath Grandpa's metal trailer
It was like a
thing.
rack.
It's this rack that he puts on his trailer. That we're going to Florida, so we're gonna take this thing to Florida with us to get rid of it.
That's why it's out in the yard.
Yeah, the dog runs under it, so Brandon tries to run under it, and it tips over and clocks him in the back of the head. I'm like, oh my God, there's all blood on the back of his head. I think he had to have like 27 staples in the back of his skull.
It looked like that cut was 3/4 of an inch deep. I didn't realize.
I mean, it
had
was
that
so
much meat on
scary.
their head. I'm like, where's the skull? I mean, this should be down to the skull. Yeah, the guy at the emergency room, the doctor, he's talking to us about fishing and whatever. He's really just spray some cold numbing spray on it and staples it. But the whole time, I mean, I don't think his blood pressure changed or whatever. I'm like, this is the most subdued emergency room doctor I've ever seen. This wasn't mean at all. I mean, we're afraid the kid's gonna die, you know.
I think Brandon was probably about 4 years old when it happened.
No big deal.
Crazy. Yeah, Maggie Doodle said that's what you have to do. I shut my thumb in the car door once, and the doctor put a hole through my thumbnail to relieve the pressure.
Oh my Lord! Wow.
It was an orange. I forget what company makes those. Maybe it's Black and Decker. It was a bright orange, just household drill with a tiny drill bit, probably like maybe, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch, a real fine, like a pencil lead sized drill bit. And I remember my dad putting his thumb on the kitchen table and then slowly drilling through the thumbnail with that electric drill.
That's creepy.
Yeah, my mom is like freaking out.
I would have been like, no, you need to go to the doctor. I'm not allowing this.
Crazy.
It is
I'm gonna go,
actually
guys.
better
See you
to
guys later.
stick in. Sorry,
Bye, everybody.
gone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh,
See ya.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki.
Have a good day.
It is actually better to stick a needle from the front of the finger underneath the nail all the way to the blood.
Ah! No, Ty, go to the doctor.
I-
Oh, I've done that. it would hurt worse to drill a hole in it than it would be to do that. And I've done it before.
Man.
I can't
stuck
do that
mine
kind
with
of
a
stuff.
pin. When I crushed that big toe, you know, and the doctor doesn't call it a big toe; they call it the great toe, which I think is funny. But anyway, so I just stuck a pin in the side of my big toe. But I mean, the whole thing was throbbing so bad I couldn't even feel it anymore. So I mean, I just stuck the pin in it. I couldn't feel nothing. I mean, that squirted out. I mean, I bet you squirted out 2 feet. It was under so much pressure.
Mm.
But then once I poked it, the pain went away. You know, it became manageable. It still hurt, but
Right.
yeah.
But
I mean,
the pressure was relieved.
oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was a third bigger than it was supposed to be, just throbbing.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose it.
Crazy.
If I had to bet $100 either way, I'd bet the $100 I was going to lose that toe.
Yeah, well, I am going to. Today's venture is back into the inventory room. Keep on doing that. And I
Good.
don't want. Well, I haven't even been bringing that stuff in here. I work out of that room.
Oh, really?
Because what happens is if I'm at the computer, then I get sidetracked. So if
Yeah.
I'm in there and, you know, I'll just take my phone in there and put music on or whatever. And, you know, that way I don't have anything to, to bother me.
Yeah.
So I just do that. But I couldn't, I mean, you know, I worked until what, 11:30 last night on that.
Awesome.
And so bye, Mr. Sadie. Have a great day.
Bye, Mr. Sadie.
So I'm just gonna keep on going, and I need to find another tote because I'm sure there's gonna be more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was gonna say, when Jonah was 4, we took him bowling for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to throw his bowling ball, and he ended up kind of sliding and going down to the floor right on his chin, and he hit that bowling ball with the bottom of his chin.
Ew.
And it sliced him open right there, and it went all the way to the bone.
Oh.
And that was right whenever they first started using that glue.
Mm-hmm.
And so they told him, they said, if you be good and don't touch your owie, we can use the glue. But if you touch it and stuff, we're gonna have to give you a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so he says, I don't want any shots. I don't want any shots, and I won't touch it. I promise I won't touch it. And so they gave him the glue, and it worked. He didn't have any problems with it.
And where was that?
That was a Sierra.
No, where did it happen on his face?
Oh, on the chin.
On the
Right
chin.
there. Yep, right there on the point of his chin. He hit that bowling ball.
Huh.
And I remember I took him to the bathroom because it wasn't bleeding very bad. So I thought maybe it's just a little cut or whatever. I took him to the bathroom, and it wasn't bleeding because it was all the way to the bone. And like I could spread it and I could see the bone
Oh, yuck.
Yeah.
Yahtzee.
Ew.
Mhm.
Yeah, with Brandon's, I had been scared to do that because I didn't want to see it. But I
Yeah.
will say it was amazing because they put that freeze spray on there. I mean, it took about 50 minutes of reapplying the freeze spray before they could start stapling it. But actually, I mean, it worked pretty good.
And that guy was really that doctor. I mean, he was so laid back. He just kept everybody really calm. I mean, we were really
Yeah.
forgot the situation you were in because he's like talking about other stuff. But it's just really, he kind of reminded me like I don't know, like Shaggy from Scooby Doo or something. He's like, "Oh, man, we'll fix this." And Brandon was like totally calm. He's like, "Okay,
Yeah, I mean, Brandon wasn't screaming.
I'm gonna put these things in. It's gonna go click, click, click. Are you gonna be okay?" Yeah, sure, okay. And he just did it. He didn't cry. He didn't, freak out or nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, they roll the hair and stuff right in there. I mean,
It was a little harder when they went to take the staples out. That bothered Brandon because they didn't. Why didn't they put the freeze spray on when they took the staples out? I have no idea. Different person or whatever. But that bothered Brandon more than having him put in.
Yeah.
Good morning, Deb's Treasures and Sheila.
Morning, Lori.
Lori's here.
Morning, Lori.
Lori, are you having an auction?
No, I don't have enough inventory.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully next week.
Yeah.
sounds like you're selling it out.
Yeah. I found a new pallet location down in northern Kentucky. I'm going to check out. Their prices are a little bit better.
Oh,
Cool.
Better stuff.
Yeah. That's
So
always a good thing.
Hopefully I can get in there this weekend and check it out.
Yeah.
And they're just going to ship it to you?
No, I can go down and get it. It's only
Oh.
about 30 minutes, so.
Oh.
That's
Nice.
not bad.
Mm-mm. And they don't open the pallets like the other place does. The other place opens them up and goes through them, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
And then they charge because the last black wrap I got, I happened to notice that they had a big stretch wrap machine and empty
Mhm.
gaylords and stuff, so I knew right away what they were doing.
Yeah.
The last one I got had a bunch of, they call it black wrap, but what it is you can't see in the boxes. So what they've done is they take boxes and they put a bunch of filler in it and put a few good items in there, and the rest is all junk.
Yeah.
And then they charge you an arm and a leg for it. I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Mm.
The first
Yeah.
2 or 3 I got from them was really good, but that last one, it wasn't worth the money I paid for it.
Yeah.
So I started looking for other locations. I actually found 2, but one's closer, so I'm gonna check that one out first.
Do they auction off the pallets?
They auction off items from the pallets,
Oh,
so that's why they started doing that probably about a month ago. That's why I think that's why they're going through the pallets as they get them in, and then they put them up for sale.
Yeah.
So they're taking all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So and these guys have a lot better prices. I can probably get a Gaylord for like $200, where the one over in Franklin is like $350 for a Gaylord. So
Wow.
so we'll try that.
Valerie
did
was
you get-
saying that you're having problems with your back.
Oh yeah, it went out on me. It does it from
Wow.
time to time. Sometimes all I gotta do is bend over to pick something up, and I can't stand up for a few
Yeah.
days.
Wow.
So it comes and goes.
Yeah.
Some days are better than others. I just learned to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd, you getting ready to go?
Yeah.
Just checking in, making sure. Making sure you
Yeah.
didn't forget.
Well, I mean, the auction on that jewelry is not supposed to end until 2, but I'll go here in a little bit to see if there's anything else to buy, and then make sure it's ending at 2, like they said, and how it's gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
I would check your bid again. See how that's going.
if there's like 10 people standing around hawking the final minute, you know, like they're going to put a bigger bid at the last second, I feel like I need to be there for 2 o'clock, I guess. I don't know. Unless somebody just puts in a monster bid that's just stupid, which can happen. Sometimes
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. That's just an awkward way to do an auction, you know,
Yeah.
in a book. Just put your bid in, and yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they just got a 3-ring binder. There's a whole cabinet full of costume jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the auctions, and then a whole shelf of like sterling silver jewelry, and that's another one. And then there's a jewelry jar that's also up for auction.
Oh wow.
Oh man, this is
But
a gem.
I know the lady doing the I know the lady, she checks things, so I don't think there's going to be anything hardly in that jewelry jar worth having.
Flat tires, old gas, weak battery, wet rim.
Yeah.
Unless you just like that kind of stuff, which I don't like messing with just plain costume jewelry.
Heck of a nice cart. Look at that.
Um,
There's nothing in it. I think it was for troop transport. Or, I mean, a prisoner.
transport.
And then they do have the seat.
Sure, because it's not going to desk for
It's the weather stripping.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got, this is it with its tires aired up, but here it's got a flat tire in the back, so it obviously it's
how much time?
till the 11th.
So what are you doing now, Laurie? You just making listings, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Went and got a bunch of clothes the other day. I've been working through those.
Are you afraid your brains are going to leak out? You got on a bandana and a hat.
Oh boy.
That's just my style.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really full of it today.
Well, I mean,
That and it's a bad hair day. And my head's so small I have to add something so it don't slide down over top my ears.
oh, you're one of those pinheads, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's even a small hat and it's still too big without the bandana. But one of my favorites, so I find a way to make it work.
there you go.
Yeah, I hate going to estate sales and picking up a neat looking hat and looking at the size and go 6 5/8. Oh my God. Or 6 7/8. And you're like, God, nobody wears a hat like that after they turn 12.
I was going to say, I was probably.
I would. I have a small head.
Well, I mean, some people do, but if you're trying to resell, you just decrease your audience of buyers by like millions and millions and billions.
It's like we were at the Halloween shop looking for costumes for our Halloween party. My daughter picks this Mad Hatter hat up. And she's like, "Oh, Mom, this would be cool for your costume." I was like, "Okay." So she puts it on. It fits her perfect. She puts it on me, and it comes down over my eyes. Nope, that's not even going to work.
So you either have a really thin skull or you're have a small brain. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a kidder. Don't shake your head at me,
Okay,
Valerie. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
That sounded like a shit scenario.
Oh my God, Rick will come back.
Oh,
I'm
my
going
God,
to bed.
Good night, Sally.
Okay, Sally.
Good night.
Sleep well.
I will.
All right, I'm gonna go to the rummage sale.
Uh-oh, losing everybody.
Have fun.
No, I'll come back. I'll report back in.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for you, Todd. We're not
You
going to.
better.
We're not waiting for Todd.
There's entertainment coming up for you folks, provided by me.
You
Yeah.
better make a video then.
Better be something good.
Oh my god, I just found something we might need.
Oh, no.
It's a donut display. Look at this. Not just donuts. It's this like lighted cabinet for like selling donuts on.
Oh, no, we totally need that.
Wouldn't that be cool in the kitchen? Just
Sally needs that.
Oh my gosh.
Store donut display cabinet. You know, like you pick out the donuts and you
it's got like this
Oh my
graphic with
gosh.
this picture of donuts, and it says not just donuts, and then it's got like the glass doors you open
You
to.
got to get a hold of Brandon and tell him to buy that for her and leave it on the
Yeah, I'm
counter.
sure he'd really want to do
She'll
that.
have nightmares.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she would.
Donuts, no.
Look at these things they're calling a high-rise automotive lift, but I mean it's just some kind of jack.
That's jacked up.
Yeah, it's a transmission.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
I thought they were gonna be like actual lifts.
No, well, it's a high rise. It's for when it's on the lift, you can lower the transmission with it. Oh man, once you have a transmission jack, you'll never do it again without one.
That's what she said.
I did it once with
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll probably wrap up the show about probably 10. I gotta go run to the store real quick and get a couple of things, and then it'll be
I'm gonna finish my last listing and then I'm gonna go outside.
working. It's supposed to be pretty nice today. It's supposed to be in the between the 60s and 70s, so I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
have
it's gonna be real nice today. It's gonna be like 33 here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's like I was just out there.
balmy.
It's like Arctic. I mean, it's like a real sharp, biting wind.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely. I feel like I should be out there hunting caribou. For April,
it's gonna be like 58 today, and then snow starting tomorrow night, about 4 inches.
Yeah, I see Kentucky. I see Kentucky's in this big like winter storm warning thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're supposed to
I
get
think it
snow tomorrow too.
I think it might miss us. I think it's gonna go further south.
yay, snow.
But they're only calling for like 1 to 3, I think. Supposed to
It's
get
not-
snow tomorrow and then Saturday or Sunday. I
It's
don't
not
know.
gonna stick to the roads or anything, but still, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I got weather. Oh, hazardous weather conditions. Oh,
Shut
great.
up.
No, I'm not kidding.
I hate you.
New accumulation of 14 inches.
Shut up.
And high wind. Lots of heavy drifting.
Yeah. Just give up. We're frozen for 2 years here.
Yeah, looks like we're going to get about it.
There's a scene in that movie, in that new show, The Terror, where the guy, because they're frozen pack ice when they're trying to get through the Arctic, he gets up on his ship deck because now the ship has stopped moving because it's frozen. And he just like looks around and it's all just like snow blowing and drifts and stuff. And Jim's like, that's what I feel like up here.
Oh my gosh.
For the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they're walking with the rope to get from one place to the other in the blizzard. Yeah, it's like we're living the dream. Wednesday, 42. Yeah. If we can make it to Wednesday, it's going to be 42. It'll be a dream come true. Oh, yeah, the furnace is just running and running and running. I feel like I'm standing on the or staying in front of the toilet, throwing $100 bills in and flushing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be glad when maybe I can There's been a few days where I've been able to turn it completely off, and so that's a good day.
Yeah, we would. Our pipes would freeze if we turned it completely off.
We would die.
Yeah, we have tried to turn. We have it like turned down to like 69.
Oh,
I
it's
can't.
been 67 all winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My friend, who she sold her house, but when she moved out of it, she turned the heat down to 50. And I would go over there, and actually, that furnace was running a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But in 2 months, we'll be bitching about the heat.
No, I don't think we will.
I need the air.
We didn't even put the air conditioner in last year.
Well, I'm glad I got that. It's kind of a level pay, because I was trying to think, of ways I could cut, like, my my electric bill, and because it gets really expensive, during the summer months. And I was just, but it's so hard for me to sleep when it's like, humid and everything like that. So, but now that I have that level pay, so every month my electric bill will be like $94,
Oh, wow.
which, even in so basically, I mean, I guess, you don't want to run it at like 66, and I would never do that because I'm too cold-blooded. But, if I ran it at 76, 78, I know that my bill's going to be $94. So,
The cheapest I can get my electric bill, and this is like the cheapest. I don't have anything running. It ain't heating or anything. It's like $160, $150 to $160. I cannot get my electric bill cheaper than that. In the winter, well, my heat's on my electric because I got natural gas. But I mean, I'll be like, I don't know, 3.5, 375 a month.
crazy. I was kind of surprised at my gas bill though, because it's usually around pretty close to 200, and it was 137. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we have propane, and it's usually about $500 to $700 every time we gotta get a fill up.
Ugh.
How long does it last you down there, though? Like, if you
Um,
like filled it up for the heating season.
Well, since I have an electric stove now instead of a gas stove, so the propane lasts a lot longer. It can usually go about 4 or 5 months.
Oh, wow.
Because we also have those Amish heaters, those little square ones,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they heat like 1,500 square feet. So I put one in the back and put one in the front, and run those during the day. So the furnace really only runs at night because I turn those off at night. So
Like, my uncle, he had propane. And so he would, a tank of a 500-gallon. Do you have a 500-gallon tank, Jim? Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was a 5.
Okay, so a 500-gallon tank for him would last him in the cold part of the, like, let's say December, January. That would only last him about a month and a half. And like when propane was high, I mean, yeah, that was $350 to $500 fill up, depending on the price of propane.
Well, that's the way it was when I first moved back in 2004, because it still had the original old crank windows and all that, and they were old and drafty. So we'd go through two 20-gallon tanks, the big ones, two of them in a month. So
Wow.
440 gallons or something like that. So when I got my retirement, I just put it all into the house. I put siding on it, all new windows and insulation, and so now it's totally different.
Yeah.
A lot warmer. And a new furnace. When we first moved back in, the furnace didn't even work. We were using those electric radiator heaters
Oh my gosh.
all through the house.
Ugh.
We're talking 47-year-old electrical wires, so you had to be careful. You couldn't run the toaster if you had one of those going, and you couldn't run the toaster and the microwave together, because then the whole house, the circuits would blow. It's like, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because this is a 1967 Buddy mobile home. It's been basically converted into a house with all the additions and stuff on it, but still got some of the old wiring in it.
Crazy.
So we got to be careful what we run and what the wattage it uses and stuff, so it doesn't burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
And we've been replacing outlets and stuff like that and wiring as we go. So it's a working process.
Crazy.
Jim let the dogs out last night. Somebody must have been burning something. He's like, I'll just take a walk and make sure none of the buildings are on fire or anything. Just from like wood smoke smell.
I tell you what, we had a mobile home go up right behind us, and she had oxygen tanks.
Oh,
She
oh,
fell asleep with a cigarette, and she was on oxygen, and it caught the house on fire, and it caught the back of ours on fire. And they managed to get it out before it caused too much. And I had just put the vinyl siding on it like 2 months prior to that. So the whole back of the house had to be redone. The windows had to be redone. And,
Did she get out?
No. Well, yeah, she did that time. The second time she moved over here in a double wide across the street and did the same thing, and she didn't make it that time.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
But
It's just a matter of time when you do that.
Yeah, the oxygen tanks actually blew. It blew the roof, everything off that.
Oh, sure, because she's smoking with the oxygen. Oh,
Yeah.
And she fell asleep with a lit cigarette.
They got her out, but they didn't realize that the oxygen tanks were still on, and they were probably about 30 feet from the trailer when it blew.
Oh my gosh.
And it threw everybody to the ground. So
yeah, somebody probably should have taken her cigarettes away. I don't think anybody should be told what to do, but if you're falling asleep while you're on oxygen with lit cigarettes, you don't need to have cigarettes anymore.
They tried to get her to stop, and there was somebody staying with her, in the evenings now after that in this other trailer. And the one night the lady didn't stay, that's when it happened. So it was all right in this contained area. So, I mean, it didn't burn the trailer down, but
I had a friend who was taking care of an old person, and she would fall asleep with a cigarette, or she was getting a little senile, and she'd throw a cigarette like in a garbage can of like Kleenex and that.
Oh,
and the lady's like, "That's it, you're not smoking anymore." She's like, "I can't quit smoking," but she had a stroke, so she had no way to like go out and get cigarettes. So it was like she made her quit cold turkey like that. But I mean, I don't want to be mean to people, but I guess if you're doing stuff that dangerous where they could get really hurt, yeah, I guess you don't need to smoke.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, that's just another reason why I don't smoke in the house, so I have to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel ya. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. I hope everybody has a great day. Get some listing done. Get some shopping done. Have a great day. Get some inventory done if that's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing.
A little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I'm going to go work outside.
Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.